What an incredible first Ashes test match that was. This is where Bazball met baseball, and baseball won. England blasted 172 in barely 30 overs, had Australia 123 for 9 by stumps, and yet still lost inside 2 days, thanks to a Travis Head masterclass in batting. In this video, I'm going to break down the mindset battle behind that game and what you can learn from it. This is your Ashes mindset review of the first test in Perth, the so-called West Test. And it's basically a live case study in mindset. What happens when you're brave, what happens when you're reckless, and what it looks like when freedom is built on preparation. So let's do a quick recap. Not a full match report, just enough so the mindset lessons make a bit of sense. So day one, England win the toss and they bat. They go hard, Bazball style. And they're bowled out for 172 in just over 30 overs, scoring quickly but constantly losing wickets. Mitchell Starc takes 7 for 58, 10 wickets in the match overall. The England quicks, they hit back. Led by Ben Stokes, they rip through Australia and they have them 123 for 9 by stumps. 19 wickets fall on day one. Day two, England start 59 for 1, 105 runs ahead, and they're in a fantastic position. But then they collapse. 164 all out. 9 wickets in a session, momentum gone. That sets Australia 205 to win on a fast, bouncy West Test pitch. Travis Head, opening in place of Khawaja, he smashes 123 off 83 balls, reaching a 69 ball 100, and Labuschagne finishes 51 not out. They chased the runs by 8 wickets inside 2 days. A totally insane game. What is going on mentally? So the first big theme for me is a difference between being brave and being reckless. England's identity, it's clear. They want to be positive. They want to take the game on. They want to put the bowlers under pressure. That's not the problem. In fact, it's one of the reasons that people love watching them play. But in this test match, you could see moments where intent flipped into panic. In the first innings, 172, at a high run rate, it looks exciting. But if you watch some of the dismissals, you'll see them attacking balls without a clear plan. You'll see players trying to hit their way out of pressure instead of taking a breath. And you'll see their decision making getting faster and less clear as the situation gets more intense. And the second innings, it tells a similar story, really. England are 59 for 1. They have a lead of over 100 and they seem to be completely in control. But then there's a cluster of wickets and suddenly the batting looks rushed, it looks tense, it looks reactive. Now you compare that with Travis Head. And yes, his intent was incredibly aggressive, but it didn't look like panic. It looked clear, it looked calm, it looked totally committed. He knew his scoring zones and he committed fully when he went after the ball. So for you as a cricketer at any level, here's the mindset question. Am I being brave or am I being reckless? And for me, being brave is choosing positive options with a clear plan and then accepting that risk. On the other hand, being reckless is reacting to your emotions, fear, frustration, ego. And it's also trying to make those feelings go away with a big shot or a magic ball. Okay, theme number 2, owning the chaos. This match was a definition of chaos. 19 wickets on day one. Both teams bowled out cheaply. England on top, then Australia on top. And when that happens, player can start playing the story, not the ball. And you could feel it on day 2 when England started losing wickets in clumps. Their intent, it didn't just stay positive. At times it looked desperate. And the more the situation swung, the more it felt like they were trying to change the whole story in one shot. Now, if you contrast that with Australia's chase, and remember, it's still the same pitch that had seen 19 wickets fall on day one. But in that Head-Labuschagne partnership, you could see a clear tempo, simple options, and a commitment to this ball and their plan, rather than being paralysed by what happened yesterday. And my final theme is freedom built on preparation. It's easy to look at Travis Head and say he just goes out there and swings. But if you If you zoom out, you'll see a different story. Australia's build-up to this Ashes has included proper first-class cricket in home conditions, multiple rounds of Sheffield Shield before the series. Their top order has been facing quick bowling on fast, bouncy wickets. They've been batting for long periods of time. They've been scoring real runs against the Kookaburra ball. Labuschagne, for example, has been on a serious run spree. Hundreds in domestic games, lots of time out in the middle. He's not guessing whether his game works on these pitches. He's got weeks of evidence behind him. Now, if you compare that with England, their only cricket in Australia before this test was a 3-day warm-up at Lilac Hill against their own Lions team. No long run of games against state sides, no extended time, batting in Perth-like conditions. Now, that doesn't mean they haven't worked hard. I'm sure they've had lots of high-intensity sessions, but that is very different from playing in the middle in competitive games. So when Australia are chasing 205 on this fast, bouncy West Test pitch, Head and Labuschagne, they're drawing on recent time in the middle with a clear understanding of how the ball is likely to behave. And that's what real freedom is. It's not closing your eyes and swinging. It's doing the work beforehand. It's knowing your game and then committing to it, even when the stake is high and the stage is massive. Now, if you're watching this in the UK, right now you're in your off season, but that actually makes this lesson even more important because your version of Sheffield Shield prep might look like indoor nets that actually challenge you like a match rather than just about obsessing over your technique. And it should also include mental work such as visualization, developing performance routines and doing honest reviews of last season and your current game. So when April comes, you're not just turning up hoping to feel good. You've earned the right to trust your game. So let's pull this all together for your cricket. If you're a batter, you want to be brave, but you don't want to be reckless. You want to have a clear scoring plan instead of just playing by numbers. Try and use a reset between each ball so that one mistake, it doesn't turn into 3 or 4 mistakes. And in the off season, you want to be working on specific things that you need to improve. For example, playing the short ball, facing the new ball, batting in spin friendly conditions. Don't just spend your time on pretty cover drives that look good on the eye. And if you're a bowler, notice how quickly momentum can swing. Your job is to keep competing even if your batters haven't gone well. So in the off season, build that physical base and your ability to stick to a plan under pressure. And if you're a captain or you want to be a future leader, your calmness in chaotic situations is going to be crucial. You don't need to know all the answers, but you do need to keep the plan simple and believable for your team. So this Ashes series, it's basically a live classroom for your mindset. And the key isn't just to watch it, it's to learn from it. If you found this video helpful, then please do like and subscribe so that more cricketers can see it. Thanks for watching. And do keep working on your game this winter so that when the 2026 season starts, you can play the way you picture it.